Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin signs of bubble looming. And watch out for this next move. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, as we have Bitcoin policy drafts for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve being seen, signs of bubble territory are starting to at least pop up, and where Bitcoin could be headed next, especially if you consider what could be the third great supply shock. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, join us on Twitter with your Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since 2017. Over 7 years. Now, today, Fear and Greed Index at 81, down from yesterday's extreme greed of 87, but still lingering in extreme greed, not as low as last week's regular greed at 74. The overall market down 3% today. Bitcoin at 104.124, Ethereum at 38.70, XRP 253, Solana 216, BNB 715, Dogecoin 38 cents, Cardano $1.04, and Tron 27 cents. Now, Bitcoin right now finding support on these ever-growing steeper trend lines. Should price break through there, there's also finding support on the that would be the $100,000 territory. And don't forget this one right here, the 21 EMA right now breaking $100,000. It would just be perfect if price retested this as support. So we have today, just in Bitcoin Policy Institute drafts, executive order for strategic Bitcoin reserve for President Trump. Is this in policy yet? I don't think so, but potentially, should the US government have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, a lot of other governments are going to want a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And need I remind you, there's only 21 million Bitcoin ever. So they'll probably start fighting over those pretty soon. But we are starting to see the first signs of a bubble here. People talking about selling everything for Bitcoin. Now, this is an article from 2017 where he was saying he sold his house in 2017 for 100 Bitcoin. Now he can buy back that same house for 4 Bitcoin. Yeah, it's awesome, but it was also risky. He had to, he probably sold it in 2017 and 300,000 for, he sold it at $3,000. He was very, very lucky because there were other people who were selling at the very top at $20,000. So it was sold $300,000 house for $20,000. They would have gotten 15 Bitcoin, and then they would have had to suffer a long, long time with Bitcoin at $3,000 and $15,000 and $10,000. So bubble mania comes when people start selling real world assets for Bitcoin, expecting the price to go up. Also, this one right here, Texas family, we sold this Porsche for 300 Bitcoins back in 2013. And yes, these are the success stories, but there's also a lot of non-success stories out there. With this type of mindset, $100,000 for Bitcoin isn't cool. You know what's cool? $1 million. Yes, it would be very cool, but thinking all up territory is generally when things start to come down. And talking about that, this is the best case scenario for Bitcoin. South Florida man finds the love of his life 2 days after discovering old laptop with 5,000 Bitcoin. She probably loves him for his personality, right? Now, Bitcoin right now, trading at the final trend line, the only line standing between you and generational wealth. My gut says it breaks soon. Breakout pump will be biblical. Again, a lot of people expecting the price to go up. That's great territory for price to come down. Bitcoin right now. BlackRock's gold ETF took 20 years to reach 33 billion assets under management, while their Bitcoin ETF did it in less than a year. How about that? And right now also we see Bitcoin flipping gold in terms of its ratio, new all-time highs on the Bitcoin gold ratio. So all of those things are happening right now. But if you take a look, price will come back down, wipe out some of this liquidity. But there's a lot of liquidity sitting above $108,000. Apparently a lot of people are shorting Bitcoin still right now. They do not believe the power of what is yet to come. We do see a breakout on these megaphone patterns. The last couple times this happened, it was pretty much over for the Bitcoin bears, meaning that the price went up. We are looking at that once again right now. Major move could ignite Bitcoin for the next leg up, supported with the first time ever in a bull run that we do have a decreasing Bitcoin supply. Now this one right here, There was the first great supply shock with Mt. Gox and all that funny business. The second one was when Michael Saylor discovered Bitcoin, but that didn't last very long. I mean, it lasted a couple months until the top there. We are in the third great supply shock. And really, since back here, the bottom at $3,000 back in 2019, 2020, whenever that was, ever since then, you can see the trend line has been down. There's less and less. This is the great institutional wave. The herds arrived and know they're not going to leave their coins on Binance. But also, they may not sell their coins that often. If we take a look, it does look like we are in the acceleration phase based on these two waves right here. And not too far after the crossing, which means there could be a nice leg up, particularly when you consider stuff like this. This cycle, a lot of reminiscence of the 2017 cycle. Well, 608 or 9 days after, we were at this inflection point where the price went up 33.8 degrees. You can see that right here, 33.8 degrees. And then after that, it went 65 degrees. These are the ever growing steeper trend lines. Well, 65 degrees for another few months, oof, would put Bitcoin at some pretty historic numbers. I'm not even going to say them out loud. So that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, we have a whole bunch of 2025 crypto price predictions up there. As a matter of fact, the first one up there, XRP, spot on the first prediction. Check out the whole playlist. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. I love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.